your initial reaction to the data we had around about 33 minutes ago?
As expected, John, for the reasons Mike McKee just pointed out, we are slowing in terms of the recovery, and the components that are slowing the most are the ones that involve engaging outside. So the stay-at-home buying is continuing, but unfortunately, with what's been happening on the health side, we're seeing less involvement in the economy as a whole. So it is really consistent with the square root sign of what's going to go on, especially if we don't get actions from Congress on unemployment benefits.
Well, Mohamed, the month of August is going to be a really interesting month. The enhanced unemployment benefits ended in July, at the end of July. What are you expecting this month?
A significant slowing, unfortunately. What the data tells you is this is a very resilient economy. And so far, the consumer has been both willing and able to power us through what otherwise would look pretty dark. But part of that ability to power us through is through income support. So I'm worried that we are going to see a significant slowing in August, and depending on what happens in the next few weeks, even in September.
Mohamed, do you think we're making a satisfactory handoff away from fiscal help, fiscal aid, towards a self-sustaining recovery?
Not as yet, John. You know, we have three issues. One is the health emergency, and how well do we understand it, and how can we counter it? The other one are the changes in the economy. But the third one that we hardly ever talk about is behavioral issues. Informed people, are they aligning their risk assessments with what's consistent with society? Are they acting in a way that allows us all to live with COVID in a healthy and economically productive way? And that is proven to be a huge challenge, not just here, but increasingly around the world as well.
Well, let's talk about the rest of the world. I think two of the most important, interesting data points of this week so far came out of the UK. The UK economy contracted more than 20%. That's the one data point. The other is the unemployment rate of 3.9%. Mohamed, you can't reconcile the two things without understanding the fiscal help that has been offered to people who are still considered employed. And we face this really important decision now. We continue on with fiscal policy this way and carry on trying to help people who can't get a job, or we try and wean this economy off the stimulus. Mohamed, how difficult is this moment now for policymakers?
It is really, really hard. Everybody went into this, and I'm going to use game theory terminology, not because I think this is a game. This is really serious, but game theory terminology gives you really good insights. Everybody went into this thinking it was a one-round game. You get hit with the virus, you deal with it, you support everybody, and then we go back to normal. Now we're finding out it's a multi-round game, and multi-round strategies are very different from one-round strategies. And that is what the UK is discovering. This is really hard decisions. And remember, John, there are four things that government should be doing, not just relief, which is what we're talking about, but also making sure we can live better with COVID, also making sure that we take action to counter the increase in household economic insecurity, and also be careful of deglobalization, be careful of industrial concentration. All that is going on, and is going to be a further headwind to growth over the long term. So this is really hard for governments, and they are struggling in the first bucket, let alone the next three.